My name's Mr. Jumper. Today we're going to be going over colonial Latin America in our classroom. This is for 10th grade, and the standard I'm going to be using is analyzing causes and consequences of European expansion overseas to determine its effects on peoples, cultures in Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. So what we're going to be doing today is using a vocabulary strategy. So how this is going to help you guys is that I'm going to give you guys words from the lesson we're about to learn. Okay, you guys are going to be looking up definitions and trying to use those and trying to put those words into a sentence. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You're also going to be trying to relate those sentences back to the content area that we're trying to learn about. You do that?
Yes.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, and then we'll get going. That good?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna use an example from last lesson, if you guys remember, mercantilism. All right. So what I want to do is, I have mercantilism. You guys can either use online dictionaries to look up the definition, or you guys can use your textbook right here. Okay, I don't want you guys looking in the lesson. I want you guys looking at where the definitions are in the back. So here, you can use that if you want. Okay, but for me, I'm going to use an online resource. So I'm going to go ahead and look up dictionary.com, because that's a very reliable dictionary source. All right. So now, what am I going to type up? I'm going to type up mercantilism. Okay, so this one gives me a definition of mercantile practices or spirit commercialism. Okay, your book kind of gives me a different definition, but we're just going to go with this one for now. So you can either copy and paste it or write it in your own words. We're going to go ahead and paste that right there. Okay? Then we're going to press enter and make a couple spaces for your sentence. So, how can I use mercantilism in a sentence? So mercantilism is basically, besides what this definition says, the one in your book mentions mercantilism basically being the amount of power a country has over the world. It depends on how much gold and silver they actually have. So that's basically what it is. So we could use, for today's standards, America has very good mercantilism over North Korea. And why is that? It's because America tends to have more gold and silver than North Korea. Pretty simple, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to do one together from your actual forum that I sent you. I sent you guys a Google form, and it kind of looks like this. So you guys can go ahead and bring that up on your laptops or phones, and we're going to do one together. We're going to do the first one, which is peninsulare. Okay? So, Devin, can you look up a definition in the book for me for peninsulare?
Yeah, just 1 second, Mr. Jumper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, my definition is denoting or relating to an area of land.
Denoting
Or relating to an area of land almost surrounded by water.
Okay. Now, can somebody else give me an example of that in a sentence? Maybe Liam or Jared?
I'll go. Argentina forms Peninsulare South America.
Okay. Argentina, what?
Argentina forms Peninsulare South America.
Peninsulare, South America?
Yes.
America. And that's correct. And why is that? It's because Argentina is almost surrounded by water, but not completely in South America, correct, Darren?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if you look on the map, you can see that. So, do you guys understand what's going on here?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to reiterate. I want you guys to write me a definition, okay, first, for the words, and I want you guys to put it in a sentence of your own kind, okay? And then we're going to share it after you guys are done with the rest of us. Is that all right? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys, let's say, about 5 minutes to complete that. You guys should have it in your emails. You guys can use the text I give you, like so, okay? And then we're going to talk about it then. So here, Devin, you can use that, like I said, or you could be using online dictionaries. But also, if you come here, cameraman, since I am in quarantine, I cannot be using printable copies. I couldn't go to the school library to print things out. So this is a form I came up with for actually using in the classroom. This would be another option from the Google form. Students could write the definition in this block and give me a possible sentence in this block, and we would turn it in. And this should help you guys actually understand the content we're going to be learning here soon in the foreseeable future. And just let me know when you guys are done. I know it's only been about a minute or two, but should be good. Hey, don't be showing each other answers. This is supposed to be by yourselves.
So do you want us to do the whole thing and then tell you, or?
Yes, I would like you to do the whole thing and just let me know when you're done. You can send it in and just let me know when you're done. Let me know if you all need any help.
Mr. Shane, I'm finished.
You're finished already? Well, that's fine. You can just sit and wait for the rest of them. We'll be going over each one. I'll be wanting to hear from each of you guys, so be ready to talk.
Just wanted to point it out that I finished before leaving.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
good.
Shane, Devin has been bullying me.
Could you guys please calm down and maybe work this out some other time?
He just keeps putting me down, Mr. Shane.
Sir, can you please do your work? I'll go back to the Google Forms for you guys. Give you guys about 1 or 2 more minutes here. Y'all getting pretty close to the last one?
Yeah, I'm on the last one right now.
Okay.
Just finished, Mr. Shane.
Good stuff.
Sorry, I'm slow.
Oh, you're okay. Take your time. Alright, I'll give you guys about 1 more minute. Finish up.
Good to be with them.
About ready, Mr. Mays?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Barnes,
Ready?
Mr. Steele,
I am ready, sir.
Mr. Gregson.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. You done?
Any closer?
Didn't catch it.
Alright, so, since you guys are all finished, we're going to go through each one by one, okay? Mr. Steele, would you like to speak up on your definition and possible sentence you made on mestizo?
Yeah, the definition is a man of mixed race, especially one having Spanish and indigenous descent. My sentence is the colony consisted of very many mestizo people.
Okay, so that's pretty good. That relates to the content area very well because you're relating it back to a European colony and how it's mixed with Spanish colony and how their kids were made. So basically, a mestizo is the offspring of a European colonist and Spanish indigenous person from where nowadays where Mexico is and where Americas are. All right, so Mr. Barnes, would you go ahead and give me your definition of a mulatto and use it in a sentence, please?
Mulatto commonly refers to a mixed race ancestry that includes white European and black African roots across Latin America.
Okay.
And then for my sentence, I said each census gave the gender, age, and designation of black or mulatto.
That actually makes really good sense. That was a really good example. So yeah. All right. So next on the list, we're gonna go with Creole. Mr. Gregson, could you tell me what you got for your definition and possible sentence you could use that with?
Yeah, so the definition I found was a person of mixed European and black descent. And then the possible sentence that I made was a person of mixed descent from Europe and Africa were referred to as Creole in the Caribbean.
Okay. You're right about the definition, and the only problem with your possible sentence was you were just kind of restating the definition. Is there anybody else who could give me a good sentence with Creole, Devin?
I have a good sentence. My sentence is the Creole people enjoyed cooking.
Okay, I mean that could be good too. The Creole people enjoyed cooking. Most people did. That's how people lived. So we'll go with that for relating that to our content area. All right. So the last one and final one is encomienda. Okay, Mr. Mays, could you give me your definition and a possible sentence you could use it in?
Yeah, encomienda, a grant by the Spanish crown to a colonist in America conferring the rights to demand tribute and forced labor from the Indian inhabitants of an area. My sentence is, having encomienda would give someone a lot of power.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And encomienda would give somebody a lot of power. Okay, so do you guys understand the structure of the possible sentence vocabulary strategy?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Do you think that helped you guys understand the words better?
Yes.
And you can be honest.
I did.
Okay.
Honestly, yes.
Okay, that's good. The reason I like doing this, it gives you kind of a context to use it in. It makes you think and makes you put it into your own words and yeah, stuff like that. So basically, this is going to help you guys understand what we're going to be learning here in the future. In your textbook, they use a bunch of these words in chapter 17, lesson 3, colonial Latin America. So so your guys' assignment for tonight is you guys are going to go home, read chapter 17, lesson 3, and you guys are going to see for yourselves how these words are used in historical context. So yeah. So these things will be on your test. These will be multiple choice definitions. You guys get to choose from each of them. But I'm also going to have you use them in a sentence on the test. So maybe you can use some of the examples we learned today on your test, and that's how I'm going to see if you guys learned it or not. You good?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Shane.
Thank you,
welcome.
Mr. Shane.
Mr. Copper.